back to the channel. Following on from the last episode where we actually fired the bike up. So glad it's actually running, sounds okay, no problems. Again, I've checked the fluids, I'll keep checking them. It's going to take a while, I'd imagine, but fluids seem to be holding as they are. The coolant level's topped up, the oil's topped up. Rear wheel up on the bench. I wasn't going to film it because you've seen me doing before, but I decided to. I'll do it anyway, but I'll just speed it up. Because I'm pretty sure that one of the bearings has actually gone. As I explained, as I say at the start of this, obviously the rear wheel was wobbling around, and obviously the engine noise, I think it was a combination of two things going at the same time. So we're going to pull these bearings out and replace them, and the seals. So that's the first job for today, and as soon as that's done, pop that back in the bike, and then we'll crack on and start getting the bodywork back on, and then hopefully get this finished. And then, as I said in the previous episode, I'll do a separate episode of just the breakdown of the costs. I'll try and work out a rough estimate of how much it would have cost if you put this in a garage of labour, because obviously they're going to be a lot quicker than I am. But going by people I've spoken to on forums, etc., I've got a rough idea that it's probably going to be around the £400 mark. So it's approximately about 10 hours labour-ish. As I say, don't quote me, it's not exact, I'm just going to use it as a base figure. And then I'll do a breakdown of all the parts that I've bought, and I'll put them up on screen as I go through them. So let me get some tools out, and we'll pull this apart and get these bearings out. Right, I've just taken out the sprocket carrier. Yeah, exploded bearing, as you can see. Again. That is going to be fun to get out. Alright, let me get the seal out and then we'll have a look at the real damage. Yeah, that's definitely blown. It's going to be fun of actually whether I can actually pop this out. Yeah, I've lost nearly half the bearings. I've just disintegrated. Alright, see if we can get this one out. Probably go with the bridge puller. Alright, let me get the bridge puller set up and we'll pull this. Right, well that's not going to work because it's just pulled the centre out. So I've actually got to work out how to get the actual rim. Right, that's the centre spindle. Should be another, yep. Well, that's what's come out. But the actual edge of the bearing is still in there. Alright, that's going to take some thinking about. Alright, so what I ponder on the other side, I'm going to quickly pull out this side. Right, well, finally, that's half of it. And that's the other half. I ended up going through it with a Dremel, so all I've got to do now is just clean out inside, and we can get back on track and get these bearings done. But yeah, that took a while, so actually broke the tip of my Dremel. But yeah, so I'll just give this a clean up and then we'll sort out a new bearing. Right, so that's both wheel bearings done. That took a little bit longer than I expected, but didn't expect that. So the only one I've got left to do is sprocket carrier bearing. Right, so sprocket carrier bearing done. I didn't film it. It's exactly the same process. So that is now ready to go back in the bike, and then we can get some bodywork back on this thing. Things never go really according to how you plan them. I thought it'd be a quick and easy job. Place the bearings, put it back in, and then start putting bodywork back on, but it's taken me a lot longer. So as I say, I'm going to quickly pop this back in, and then we can crack on engine bars and the actual panels. I've checked the coolant and the oil levels again, all fine. It's easy enough to remove to get to that. Right, so the next job is the sprocket cover and the clutch cable. As usual, doesn't want to play ball. Seems the way seems to be the way with this bike sometimes. Right, it's going to take a bit of jiggling, but we'll get there. Alright, finally got the case in place. Took a bit of jiggling. Still need to adjust the clutch cable. Right, so all I've got to do is say a bit of adjustment on the clutch, but I can access that from a bit later on. So when I get the engine bars in place, I'm going to start getting the fairing back in. Right, I'll start that bit again. Let's get the fairing back in, then I can get the engine bars. It's been a long day. As I say, what I might do is just I'll continue filming, but I'll probably split this into two because it has gone on quite some time. I do need to give these panels a quick clean, but I'll continue filming. So if you see a to be continued, it will just be a continuation of actually putting all the panels back together and then trying to find the that's the bolt I need, that one there for the crash bars.